Good morning, Trump's family. Welcome back to my channel. Have a good day, everyone, and God bless you. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the news this Sunday morning. I talked to you guys about Fox News ensuring that President Trump would not return to their network. He has not been on the network for over 100 days now, as they attempt to replace him with Pence or some other rhinos that they want to push up. And of course, they are colluding with the Biden regime right now. I also did a story on that last month talking about how divided regime is funneling money into Fox News to give them favorable coverage on their online news section. For people that read it through the online section of it. So it's no doubt to me that during the 2020 election, Fox News was already ready to snuggle up to buy them because they could not stand Trump and then were going to get rid of Trump no matter what they could do. And that, I believe, is the whole reason that Arizona call came in so early, because they were so eager to go ahead and get rid of Trump that nobody could dispute. Fox, if you remember correctly, called before any other network called, and that gave the signal for the other networks to know it was on. So what we have here is Ed Henry, former Fox News individual who has told the dirty deeds behind the scenes at Fox News, what was going on prior to the 2020 election and what Fox News executives were working on to try to ensure that Trump wasn't going to be seen again. And he was talking to Steve Bannon here at the CPAC and was in with basically spilling the beans on what happened that night and what happened during that time. So let's go and take a look at this article coming to us from the GP. And it says this here. It says Ed Henry Fox was trying to off Trump on election night. I saw that, he says. Wow, huge stuff that could come down here. Former Fox News host and White House correspondent and Henry joined Steve Bannon this morning on the War Room at CPAC, Texas. And Henry's the morning host of Real America's Voice Network. And Henry says at Real American Voice, I got a new perspective on things. I was off the field for a little while and I watched it, and it was embarrassing to watch my colleagues at Fox and elsewhere. Old colleagues, the way they were sociopath towards the mainstream. Fox trying to cozy up to Biden, trying to off Trump on election night. That's what they tried to do. Steve Bannon said, you saw that? And Henry said, yes, I saw that. From the outside. They could not stay in Donald Trump. They were moving away from Trump, and Murdoch saw an opportunity to off Trump. That is what was happening behind the scenes at Fox News on election night, and 2020 actively working to ensure Donald Trump would not be president again. And they were working to ensure that he would not see the inside of the White House ever again. And that's what they continue to do. They continue to ignore him, continue to not have him on the channel. Even his BFF Sean Hannity, which I've made plenty of videos about, who suggested to pardon Hunter Biden, suggested to Trump to attend Biden's inauguration. And it suggested to Trump that he should talk to Biden and make nice and support him. All of this was from Sean Hannity, one of the big names at Fox News. So it doesn't surprise me that the rest of Fox News was in the bag for Biden and all of these other individuals out there. And of course, as time goes on, more and more disinformation will continue to leak out as we see how far the corruption is at Fox News, and how much Fox News actually hates its conservative base, who they broadcast to all those people who look for a conservative channel to combat CNN, and things like that. They turn to Fox News because they claim that they are that channel, and yet they still hate their viewers with a passion. Alright, Switzerland's headquarters to the following world organizations: WEF, the WHO in WWF, all the world's money power in here in Switzerland, but with whom CERN cancelled nuclear research. So that's what the alliance and President Trump in the military, they're all getting under control. Stop taking our money and giving it all to the next state rats. Alright. Professor Klaus Schwab book The Great Reset is a summary of all the radiologists' ideologies of all these organizations. These organizations are completely led from the rulers of the world, correct? The people are the most with the most money, yes. They are also all maintained by the same shareholders. All these organizations act as if they want the best for people. But if you look at what they actually do, you will soon notice that this is not the case. Also, all these organizations are led by people who claim to have many titles but are mainly concerned with public administration and total control of the world. That is 100% correct. OJ, you will own nothing and be happy. No, we will not. We will own what we have earned, real power. Alright. World Economic Forum 666. With Tony, it's evil. They're all evil, committed to improving the state of the world. Now you're committed to taking everything from the people and benefiting yourself. Debbie F. uses a slogan committed to improving the state of the world, which World Klaus Schwab is the founder and sole chairman of this forum since 1971. The UN, founded in 1945 in Switzerland as an intergovernmental organization whose purpose is to maintain international peace and security, developed friendly relations between nations, establish international cooperation, and be a center for harmonizing the actions of nations. The UN proclaims that it is there for the people, and then it wants to help poverty and especially war. They often use the slogan, "There is only one Earth." And then the WWF Independent Foundation, registered under Swiss law, the shareholders of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Rothschild Foundation, and funded by the Bilderberg Group. Peace is the last intention of the UN, an organization that is contemplating a position as Jordan ambassador in the near future. Shareholders are the usual suspects, yes. The private organizations recently discovered these shareholders invest a lot of money in creating wars in order to keep the military compound complex well, or oil, yes. Crisis after crisis after crisis. They're creating it, WHO independent organization that fully stands for global leadership on human health. This organization also consists entirely of gifts from shareholders like Bill and Melinda Gates. The indoctrination in school system is already optimal, especially in colleges, also completely controlled from the WEF. Carl Schwab and George Soros, to me, are their modern monsters version of Helmut Kistler and Alfred Kinsey. WWF had conceived this comic crosses to completely indoctrinate the world with the idea that they are really busy saving nature and animals. Panda are not real. It's symbolism. Sick. The Red Cross is corrupt and used as a piggy bank. Paris Accord scam, Red Cross scam, foreign aid scam or scam. It's true. Who audits their money, where it goes? I've shared stuff about that doesn't go with people. I've shared that little chart that they have several times. We are pawns in their game, playing their ultimate divide and conquer game for years, a game that has enslaved us without our knowledge and consent. The elders of Zion asked these highly paid leaders what they actually do, no previous knowledge of their organization operation. It's an illusion with wizards and warlocks who, under the guise of saving the world, are currently destroying the world and are more concerned about how to exterminate people than they are really busy making one good world for everyone. That's true. Money and power are the priorities for the ones who control the world. Absolutely correct. Oh, Jay. Thank you. Oh, Jay. Have a great weekend. We've talked about this because a lot of people around me about this, about the blackouts and the phones going down and all that. It has been, it won't go nationwide. Okay, it'll be rolling like rolling blackouts, rolling phone problems, rolling internet. They're not going to shut everybody down. You can't shut down hospitals or patients or any of that. So it's going to be rolling. It's not going to all be at once. This for short times to clean up, and make arrests or whatever they're doing. They are right, the Iraqi, because that will announce Prime Minister Dinar and the Donner. Right. Supposedly. Okay. September. Lord, on September, July 30th. Alright. Keeping up with our echo. Where are you out? Alright. The China-Taiwan crosses crisis. This could be the Black Swan event. The major thing that makes things tumble, we don't know. We will see. Notifications July 29th. Today for Tier 4B could be notified up to around August 1st. So anytime, people. Redemption staff has to be at desk at 12 p.m. on the 30th. Tomorrow is from Bruce at their desk at 12 p.m. tomorrow. And they've also said that some Tier 3 have been paid and Paymaster sub accounts have been paid, so it's paying slowly. Housing market has plunged over 30%. The European Central Bank is full on bond buying. So is the Federal Reserve. Just check out what they bought from July 6th to today. You'll see it, 380 million assets a day. The ECB, European Central Bank, is concerned about the panic debt market, willing to step up to unlimited bond buying program. Kill the panic. You won't do it. That's what they're doing. He's just manipulating the market. Gold was at $17.72, silver was up $20 up to $20, platinum at $911, palladium and $2,185, the US dollar was at 106, they all at $99, Bitcoin was at $23,775, 10-year yield at 2.70, going much lower, fostering this environment. Gold and silver up, they took a jump, they're never gonna go down like the stock market will. Alright. Gateway pundit files legal action to unseal and identify the global elite scumbags. The Epsteins? The monsoon storm floods in Las Vegas overnight, leaving casinos and airports underwater. The Hershey CEO warns of Halloween candy shortage. I don't see a problem. Alright. Kari Lake files official complaint with Arizona Ag after competitor caught illegally using the state plane to campaign with Governor Ducey and Ducey in fake pins. I'll be glad when I reveal all this. Getting old. This movie needs to be over. Far Left Manhattan DA defines the releasing the team. Far Left Manhattan DA the fans that he released a team with prior felony convictions and arrest who brutally beat up a cop. These corrupt people need to go. Attorneys, judges, the A's, whatever. Inflation jumped 6.8% from last year, the highest in 40 years. This is totally correct. Steve Bannon and Sebastian Gorka have said that Joe Biden will be impeached. Rouhani got several states doing that. Saudi Arabia has plans for the soapy and leaner linear city that will cram 9 million people into a giant 109-mile-long mirrored wall. Past year, Chinese investors purchased $6.1 billion in U.S. property after being banned from other countries for pushing up housing prices. And Abbott vows to send more illegals to D.C. as Mayor Bowser calls in the National Guard to handle influx. And that hilarious, they want to open the borders but they don't want to deal with it? A commentator for Chinese government threatened that China would shoot House Speaker Pelosi as playing out of the sky when she visits Taiwan. So some sources are saying this is the event. We will see. Tucker Carlson. The DOJ is complicit in covering up Hunter Biden. Yeah, it's time for everybody go down. And people do not give to this. RNC says they will stop paying Trump's legal fees if he runs in 2024. Do not give money to the Republican National Committee. They won't do what the American people want. Don't give them money. People do not donate to them. Multiple scandals leave Biden increasingly vulnerable to impeachment. Do you see what's happening? Mass arrests have been made, they will continue. The SAR is right, we're at the precipice, we're right there. Some accounts are being paid, paymaster sub-accounts being paid, some of the tier 3 being paid. It's going to happen, we don't have a date. Military intel tells me indefinite, they tell me when it happens. It happens. Americans ask if Biden has body double after face looks totally different in 2 different videos posted the same day. I'll be sharing those pictures. Oh my gosh, the side-by-side of the real Biden in fake Biden for years. 2 years, 3 years. I don't know how long. Time White House. Mr. Logs exposed Biden that he met with his son's associates when he was VP with Obama associates from China, Kazakhstan, Mexico, Russia, Ukraine all met with him as the VPSR is here. People are slowly being paid, so make sure that you protect your life savings, people, before it's too late. As far as here, anytime, no definite. When you say what they indefinite, that's what the military says, he can happen anytime. Alright. Military intel tells me that the EBS will happen, no definite date, it's gonna happen, we just don't know when. Bitcoin will spike and crash, that was another intel said, it's gonna shoot up and then crash. China Taiwan could be the black swan major event trigger. Roy Rogers and trigger could be the major trigger. Okay. Mass arrests have happened and will continue to happen, and when they show up to get Mr. C to enter the Mr. Cottrell to enter the codes within a few hours, the other mass arrests that need to happen to get rid of the corrupt deep state rats. And then the SAR, and then the gold is released. The SAR is rolled out. So we're right there, people. I know it's frustrating. We're all tired of being tired. But you keep on keeping on and you walk by faith. Alright. Please pray for rain for Texas. We need it on other getting all around, but we ain't got it here yet. So we need rain in Texas. So everybody have a blessed night tonight in a blessed weekend. Thank you for watching the video.